I'm from a poor background. It's going to be hard for me to achieve. Just don't stop. One day you'll be noticed. It's better you try than not to try.
Whenever you enter something with the mindset of money, it might not always work out.
Exactly. Have disappointment knocked you before? Hey!
Let me ask you, what's your first pay?
3,000 naira.
My dear, I thought mine was bad. Mine was 8.5. 8.5 was the first money I got for anything in this life. You're not in competition with anybody, yo. Everyone is good at something. You can't measure up your talent or anything with someone else's. Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. We have a new episode of things you should know in your 20s, and today we're going to be explicitly discussing on finding your passion in life, knowing your purpose, and potentially finding your career. This is such an important episode because a lot of people go about life not even knowing what makes them happy, not knowing their passion, not knowing their purpose in life, and we hope to get things down today that will help you in finding what you should do in your life. Today, my most fabulous guest is going to be coming on today to tell us of how he managed to make his passion his career and also how he found his purpose in life. To be honest, it's not so easy to do that, and I really hope with his story, experience, and just telling us about his life and everything, we'll be able to find and navigate our purpose in life. Hi Lamba, thanks for coming in on my episode.
I go by the name Lord Lamba, but my actual names are from Miss Kelvin Anabog from Anambra State.
So I actually thought you were Yoruba.
Yeah, I hear that a lot.
First off, when it comes to finding your passion, knowing your purpose in life, let's actually find out the dictionary meaning of passion. And let's find out the dictionary meaning of purpose. You're one of the comedians that actually pulled through and you're able to build like a big brand for yourself. You know, when you drop it goes viral type vibe.
I would say first thing is God, then secondly the talent, then thirdly hard work.
When you speak of hard work, I'm kind of like 50-50 on that because I've learned growing up that hard work takes a lot of, labor, but it's always better to move smart. That's like smart work rather than just hard work, because a lot of people can get to a higher position by just moving smart and hard.
Yeah, that's true. Once you have the talent and you apply hard work, it's going to work, and also work smart, not just working hard. In terms of content creating, you need to know what you want to do. Once you find that, then just use hard work, which is creating content.
Consistency.
Yes, exactly. That word, consistency.
Yeah. We're speaking of finding your purpose, like your passion. Most times I speak to people, especially content creators, they always come from, pardon my French, trenches. They always come from somewhere so low, and then, you've seen how far they've come. Were you one of them, or how was your beginning stage?
I came from the trenches too. I would say how I found out I wanted to do content I think it was my mom. I've always wanted to be a footballer. I know how to play ball very well. On this day, this woman told me to go to church. Okay, I didn't say this part. My mom is a pastor. Again, she was like, go to church. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go to church, but I don't want to go to your own church. I have this, then it was this coily hair. And now, if you're a pastor's son,
they will judge you.
I told her, okay. She went to church, and when she came back, she was like, did you go to church? I said, yes. She said, go and bring your shirt. She looked at the collar. This shirt is not dirty. You did not go to church. That was when she was like, Lamba. That was where that name came from.
Really?
Exactly.
Oh.
I think it was next 2 days. She was like, I should go into this content creating. I keep making people.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Keep making people laugh. I go into this content creating. I was like, okay. We sat down. She sat down. My sister sat down. I started choosing name. Which name I'm going to use on Instagram? Lamba Lord. We checked it. It was taken. But try Lord Lamba worked. From there, I started. This woman will give me 200 naira. I would enter bus, trek. I'll go and shoot content. Come back. I'll edit, post. You see 2 views. The comment will be me, my mother, and my sister.
Stop it.
But before then, I think I went for Big Brother. I lost my international passport when I was trying to get in and stuff. So that thing weighed me down. Just like I should go into this. There was a day again, I wanted to shoot. She didn't have money, me too. So I think she collected from somebody. When I went to the location, I called the girl I was supposed to shoot with. He said, I don't think I'm going to come. My boyfriend said I should not come.
What?
I was like, hey, Jesus, this girl doesn't know that I used my last card to come to this location. She said she's having issues with her boyfriend, that she wants to settle the issues. I was like, please, come. She said I cannot choose this content over my boyfriend. My boyfriend said I should
I
not.
hope they're married now. I really hope they're married now.
I'm not married. You know that this girl has the right to text me. She wants to take content with me.
You're
I should not
joking.
call your name if I catch you. When I came back, I told my mom about it. She was like, it's going to be fine, don't worry. Instead of going this far distance, I should make use of the surrounding outside. Then my content, I don't think it was good enough. But there was a day I decided that, Mommy, I'm leaving the house. I'm going to the island. And I don't know anybody. I'm here now. When I entered the island, anywhere night reach, I passed
You
the
would
night
just
with
sleep.
school. You know when you pass night with scope for your friend's house? You use scope, delay everything just for money to reach. I just don't then I was dropping content was not going anywhere. There was this content I did one time, then boom, I'm everywhere. There was something a content creator said. If you want to know that you've blew, go to Lekki Phase 1. Stand there. If anybody recognizes you, you've blew. Now if I go there, now,
I still love what you just said, and like the beginning stages of your mom saying she go into content creation and everything. Obviously, you probably made everyone laugh. So how did you find out that this is something that I could actually do professionally?
I will not lie. When I started it, I was like, okay, I want to put smile into people's faces. That was the plan. I started it, and some people they comment, "Yeah, you're so funny." Although my content, I will still say this today. I will say my content is not funny. I like when I do my content and people watch it and be like, "Mad." That is the reaction I want. I'm not funny. I don't look funny. But people will be like, "Guy, your content is still funny." Okay, if it's still funny, no problem. So the aim was to make people laugh, but now it's paying the bills.
I really like what you're saying, because I feel like when it comes to passion and purpose, people tend to forget that you're good at something. Everyone is good at something. You can't measure up your talent or anything with someone else's. And that's the issue, because even you just being able to like make people laugh around you and you're like, wait, I could actually make other people smile on Instagram and other platforms. That's like you spotted something. You're like, I can do it so easily. You know you're good at something. It could be the smallest thing. But when you're doing something you're passionate about, you're going to wake up every morning. You're going to be happy that you're doing this. And I'm glad that you were able to do that. I still want to kind of dig into your story, because like, how did you find out you were funny?
When I found out was, like I said, the first video I did, I think 4 views. But at the long run, 50 views, 100 views. The day I hit 1,000 views, I nearly ran mad. See, when you're doing something and you're not expecting anything, trust me, you see things like that go far. Because when you're doing something and look, you're expecting something, when the disappointment comes, it will hit you. I'll not lie you. Assuming I knew that content creating will change my life, I would have made a lot of mistake, because I'll be expecting a lot, and at the end of the day, tend to make mistakes. So I was just going on, okay, let me make people smile. When I was creating content, when I started, I think I was ugly. So I might be making people laugh. I don't know. The way I play the bad boy vibe then, and probably bad boy way ugly.
So another point I also want to give is, when you're living with purpose, one thing I had to learn is, before I sleep, I try to do a to-do list for the next day. So when you do a to-do list for the next day, even if you don't have anything you're doing, even if literally you're always in your house doing nothing, just having a to-do list for the next day always helps you wake up and be productive. And somehow it kind of links you to feel like, okay, you're actually doing something in life. It's so sad that a lot of people actually don't know their purpose. A lot of people they just don't know what they're just existing. But when you feel like you're getting productive every single day, even if it's the slightest thing, doing a research on something you want to do, just trying hard, just pushing it, it will actually help you to feel like, okay, yeah, today was a productive day. Another point is to pay attention to things that make you happy. You're an individual. There are things that you do that make you happy. There are things that other people do that just makes you happy. So how about you draw down a list and you're like, okay, this makes me happy. That makes me happy. This, like, you're gifted with something, and what part of your gift genuinely makes you happy?
For me, what makes me happy? Creating content. So far, I'm making the money, and my mom is getting that money too. Makes me happy. So far, she's fine. In fact, let me put this first. Making my mom happy makes me happy. See, if I'm on my set, I'm just picturing how this video wants to go out, how the people want to react, things like that. Makes me happy. Yeah, that is it alone. I'm good.
Oh my god, I can so relate to like these two things you actually said. Even when I started off, I knew that I wanted to be independent in a way, because like, growing up and not having everything you want, I was like, do you know what, I can't live like this. What if when I'm grown and I just can't afford this, I can't afford that? So I was like, do you know what, from a young age, I'm going to start working. I started to take pictures for my birthday shoot, and there was a makeup artist, and it became a photo shoot. That was the first time I ever like understood what that was about. And eventually people were like, "Oh, Francis, come, let me book you for modeling, let me book you for modeling." Do you get? And I found out that every time I was in front of the camera, I was happy. I was myself. It was like I'm leaving my normal body to be someone else, like an alter ego. And that always just made me feel very good. And just even moving on every single time, I was like, would this make money? Would this do this? Would this do that? But just because of what we spoke about, passion makes you to be consistent. So when you're passionate about something, you wake up, even though you can't see the money, you can't see the end game, you're like, I'm going to keep going. And that's another thing, because people give up so easily. This is not working, I'll try something else. That's why you keep doing a different thing every single month. If you actually stay on something and say, I'm going to do this, it's going to excel eventually. That's if it's obviously meant for you, because not everything you're doing is for you.
Before you give up, just try to remember why you started it at first. That ginger, that thing that made you, okay, let's do this. And you are doing it, all of a sudden you want to give up. No, just remember that thing. You might be doing something and it's not showing progress at that time. When it starts showing progress, it might be you just wake up one day.
I'm telling you.
You're creating content, you wake up one day, Tunda has posted you. Jesus, so this content was funny. This person has posted you. That is it. You're all over there. You see friends that have forget you, they'll start calling.
They'll start texting you.
But, yeah, because when I was even doing my content, we always say, you don't know the content that will blow you.
True.
Because if you know, you will leave all the content you've been doing and just do that one.
Yeah.
So you don't even know. That is why you need to keep doing. Yes. So that one that will blow you, when it comes, it's your breakthrough.
You also need to identify the things you're naturally good at and the things you actually excel at, because they are two different things. I'm good at dancing, I think. I don't know. No one can ever judge my dancing. But that doesn't mean that if people beside like two dancers, I'll be the best. I'll probably not move my waist. I can't now start pursuing dancing. I'll say, I'm naturally good at this now. I'm naturally good at singing in my bathroom. That doesn't mean that when I come out on stage, they will clap for me. There's an absolute difference. So in the end, you also have to have people around you that can tell you that, okay, you're natural at this and you actually excel in this, meaning that when they put you in the midst of other people, you'll be great at this. Even just us being together now and we're doing the setup of everything, you naturally were like, let's put it like this. Do you get that's natural? Like you're actually good at this. So sometimes it's also like a balance. Did you ever try something before comedy or in between that you were like, maybe became a dancer?
Yeah, I tried dancing. I worked as an errand boy in an eatery. I served for 4 years. Do you know this thing Igbo do a lot, that they will take you go and meet one man, you'll not serve the man. After you serve the man, they will settle you. So I did that for like 4 years. And when you serve for like 4 years and what they use and settle you is like 400k. I tried sewing. I know how to sew.
Wow.
I know how to make shoe. Palm.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I did
that.
That
is so interesting. Who would have thought?
I did a lot. And I tried football too. It didn't work, In Nigeria, you need to have connections. When I was in school, I was doing theater act. I just like, okay, let me just do it. But I never knew that, nigga, you know how to act. When I was writing my story, I never knew that God was writing another story. At the end of the day, we all want to be famous. I was still a footballer, famous, and I'm still doing my content, famous. So God knows the best.
In the end, you still have to try other things for you to find out that you're good in something. And that actually leads to my next point. Your gift is what you do best with little effort. So the thing you do, like we said, you excel best at it, but you don't have to break the bank, you don't have to kill yourself, break a leg to do it. It's just something that comes effortlessly. And I feel like that's what your gift is. Another point is to take risk. Bruh, where I am today is not by comfort. It's never by comfort. Like even moving and saying, I'm going from Abuja to Lagos, it was never because, I was comfortable. I didn't know my purpose in Lagos. I didn't know if I was going to make money or not. I remember calling like two of my friends asking, please, if there's a job, man, plug me. I did not know that I would never actually need your help to facilitate stuff. And like, it actually just comes down to, for me, it's intuition. It's knowing that you're meant to be somewhere and you just push that. If you don't take risks, you're going to be in a particular place. There's a benefit and disadvantage to this when it comes to living with your parents. Because in the end, the advantage is, you don't have to handle a lot of costs or whatever. But the disadvantage is that you get too comfortable. You don't understand what it is to actually just push yourself. Like what you said about coming to the island. Your friends that you were sleeping at the house, they did not know that you were using scope. They were saying, it's late, so Lamba rest. They did not know. It built some kind of manner. Like you become such a person that you can strive. They can put you in any position. You can break out of that. That comfort level is broken, and I feel like that is so important. And if you actually take anything from me, is come out of your comfort zone in a relationship, in your career, in your 9 to 5 that you wake up every day like dreading, and you hate your boss and you hate everything about it. Why are you there? I know you have to pay for bills and everything, but just try, take a break, take a breather, find your passion, find your purpose. Maybe that's not it. My God, when I start to talk sometimes, I just go, brrrr, I'm like a treadmill on this thing. I also want to speak about the point of your passion may not breed income yet. I think that's also linked with giving up, because they feel like, they want to make this money, I'm doing this for money. But 1 month you don't really see money, your whole thing has scattered. You're like, you cannot do this content creation, God forbid. Let me ask you, what's your first pay?
3,000 naira.
My dear, I thought mine was bad. Mine was 8.5. 8.5 was the first money I got for anything in this life.
When that 3,000 came, I was like, wait, this thing I'm doing can give me
Money. Are you joking? The money lasted me for 2 weeks. But a lot of people have that expectation of even just anything. You just feel like the minute you do, you will blow, you become the best. You have it's obviously dream big and everything, but just know that you need to enjoy the journey. It's not just about money, money, money. Whenever you enter something with the mindset of money, it might not always work out.
Exactly. And disappointment knocked you before. Hey! Even at this point now, that I know that, okay, now money is coming in, there's this kind of thing. If I'm doing, if disappointment comes, it weighs me down. It's the one I did not put mind, you see, to go. Don't put money, just do it. If you are doing it, do it with passion. And be consistent. You can't be doing something and be murmuring. You don't even believe in what you're doing. One mind is telling you to stop, one mind is telling you to move. You just need to keep moving. People now, they be like, this person is doing comedy 1, 2, 3, 4, he has blow. That is the way I'll do my own. No.
I was telling my girl the other day, my girl is grown. She has her businesses, kini. And she's telling me that she loves how consistent I am on YouTube. That she started her YouTube before mine, and she's wondering how mine has blown. Hers hasn't been doing well, but she's not consistent. And I looked at her and I told her with my purest mind, I said, babes, you need to understand that some things are just not for you. I can't venture into what you're doing because it's working. Because just from that statement, I'm already spotting the fact that the only reason you want to venture into YouTube because you feel like it's working for me. What's working for me might not work for you. The reason I'm consistent in it is not because I know it's going to work. I just said, I love this thing. I'm going to keep going. If I venture into what you're venturing in because I see it's working, it might not work for me. So don't look at someone else's plate and say, this person is doing it this way, I'm going to follow the exact way. It might not work for you. You have to look inwards. You're unique. Everyone has their unique path and purposes, and you should go with that. Don't look at anyone else. I can't be a comedian because Lamba is getting money.
I love that. Some people be like, they want to start comedy and you want to do the way Lamba does. That is, you're not being original. How will you start content you want to do like Brother Shaggy? We all know Brother Shaggy.
Yeah.
You need to bring out something they need to know you for. If you want to go and be being a copy, trying to copy this person, it will not work. Just find out what will work for you, and trust me, time, patience. Both of them works together. You just need to be patient.
And that leads to the last point. Your passion breeds consistency that could actually lead to the income. It's your consistency that make you make money. It's not because today you're good, tomorrow you're not having the same energy. Even when it comes to content, we're speaking of content because that's our field. We cannot be talking about doctrine. I'm sorry. We don't know anything about that. Even when you blow for a particular good thing and then you're like, let me relax. I don't need to stretch. I don't need to do anything. I'll just be, that's when you now go back down. It's all about the bigger picture. You might be myopic. Maybe you wear glasses like me. But that bigger picture, you need to paint it yourself. And you know that, oh wow, today I'm going to do this. Tomorrow I'm going to try and do better. I'll keep raising the bar for myself, not for anyone. You're not in competition with anybody. You're on your own. This is what I tell people as well, because now I'm 23, right? The thing I'll achieve at 23, someone might achieve it at 30, and they'll do it times 20 of what I'm doing. Like, you need to be patient with yourself. Like, don't look at your mates and say, look at what this person is doing, look at their age, look at this, look at their age. No. People get married at 40 and they have married the love of their life. Don't stretch yourself. I'm not saying you should be comfortable. Don't look at someone else and then let that be the measure of your own life. That is just not possible. You shouldn't do that. Your industry is really saturated. How do you not, try to compete with anybody? Because I have to actually say your content is very different. Like, the minute I see you, I'm like, this is Lamba's work, even without seeing your face. So how did you, make that?
I would say I do my content differently. I'm into the relationship aspect of content creating. The bitter truth we see and just ignore. Okay, I'm into the part whereby the lot of lies that goes through relationship that we don't see. Being rich, being poor, being powerful, relationship will mellow you. You feel dey powerful, your wife could deal with you in terms of relationship. So I would say I'm in my own space. I'm not dragging with anybody. I just want to put out things that when you see, you look your relationship like this. Okay, so there are lots of red flag I've been seeing, and now I now understand it. There was this content I dropped, a girl DM me and be like, hey, so this is what this man has been doing to me. I'm just in my own space again, but everybody in the industry, they are all unique. People need to understand that the gift of a man will make way for you, even when you have the slightest doubt that I'm from a poor background, it's going to be hard for me to achieve my. If na dance you dey dance, they dance. One day they go see you. If you're doing content, keep doing. One day you'll be noticed. Just don't stop. It's better you try than not to try. And there's this say that goes, when there's life, there's hope. So as you're alive, keep fighting. The only dead man know the fight. Because for me, let me say, my next generation will be like, do you know my father? My father is one of the greatest. You understand that vibe? If they call this person, the father was very rich, very great. But now, if I look back to my generation, like the one now I'm coming from, no, I'm the one changing it. So you need to understand that you need to change that thing.
It's true.
Don't be blaming your parents that they are not rich. They have money. Why don't you try and change it for your children so that they won't experience what you're experiencing right now?
Growing up, I'll look at other like kids and I'll be like, oh, they have money, their life is gonna go so smooth. Where am I gonna start from? Where am I gonna? But guess what? I'm so glad I grew up without that, because it pushed me to be who I am today. If I had all of that, I'd probably be comfortable. And not to throw shade, but that comfort that other people had did not push them to do things for themselves. So in the end, they are still working for their family. They are still like, but people that actually grow up without anything, they are the ones like scattering, they are the ones scattering everywhere. They're like, I must be the one that will say, my kids, do you know who my father is? Like you said, do you know who my mother? Yes. I'm so glad we're able to speak on this. I really do hope that it really helps a lot of young people out there. If you do have questions, can you link it down below? We'll definitely get to it. And I am so glad you came on the show, my love. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm so glad to.
Why are you blushing though? Remember to like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notification. And yes, we're going to be having another episode soon. I love you. We love you.
Love you.
Bye.